with Make Way for Youth, I work specifically with youth 18 to 35, and I've had a chance to meet people who have been away from here for a while but are looking to come back and miss the area a great deal. I've had a chance to work with young people who have never been to the area and have come down and just been amazed and really fallen in love with the area as well. And I think the most exciting thing has been helping young people to network and find jobs and ultimately come to settle here. Well, the other thing that's unique about this project is that it gives services in English, and it's the only one in the province that does.
It is the youth that really are that group of people that are raising families, that are extending their careers, that are building. And what we've noticed in the townships is that we have a couple of major problems. We do a super job of educating. In fact, the exportation of graduates is one of the major industries, particularly in this town. We educate people and they go away to assume leadership roles in the rest of the world. And here we are now, using that youthful building spirit to get young people to come back.
The exciting thing about having Make Way for Youth here in the Estrie region is that it is unique in the province. I am the only migration agent that does a regional project. The other migration agents have an MRC that they're responsible for bringing young people in to visit and tour and ultimately settle in, and I have 7. So to me, that's really exciting. I love this area, I believe in this area, and so I believe in the project as well.
What I want to emphasize more than anything else is that I was so proud of our organization, the Townshippers, that is being able to be a part of this kind of a project, because it really signals to everybody else in our community we are concerned, we're involved, and we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to do something about it.
I really am so amazed when I hear people come up with interesting and innovative projects for the Eastern Townships, and particularly if it involves something that once existed that is being revitalized. Because there are so many amazing buildings and former, like there are these ghosts among us everywhere of stuff that used to exist, and these social functions and these amazing spots. So in the month of October, I was speaking with Bill Lee, who's here at the back, and he was telling me about this project that he was working on, and he said, well, Sheila, why don't you come down and see me in Stansted? I think I kind of need to show you what it's all about. So one absolutely gorgeous early November afternoon, I jumped in the van and drove down to Stansted to meet Bill. And we met up at La Vieille Douane, which is a little restaurant right on the border. It is the original border crossing building, which is now a lovely little restaurant. And also with him there was a woman by the name of Kim Prangley. And so I really, I didn't know what was in store for me that day. Bill said, I want to show you the border theater. And I was like, oh, I mean, I'm somebody, I will go in crawl spaces and attics and old buildings and whatever. I think it's the most exciting thing to see. So Bill brought me just a couple of doors down to another building that you couldn't really see from the outside what it used to be. But once he had mentioned that it was the theater, you can see the remnants of the old marquee. There's something there. There's lighting. There's the facade has changed a lot, but there is something there. So in we went, and what we got to see was this old theater that it's looking very dinosaur-esque, and it's very well buried, and it's so it was almost like an archaeological dig, wouldn't you say, Bill, on the day that we went to see it. So the project is to revitalize that theater, and ultimately, hopefully, show movies there again one day, and show concerts as well. We have so many great and interesting local bands and other bands that would also just be interested in playing in a venue that has so much charm and character. So I was so excited to visit this place. The next thing that happened was Kim said, well, now I can take you up to see the stone circle, and they kept saying stone circle, and I kind of had all this other stuff in my head, and I was imagining a circle made of stone and not really knowing what I was in for. So we're walking down the road past these gorgeous homes, and it's only about 5 minutes from the theater by foot. And all of a sudden we come along to this opening of this field, and Kim was talking to me at the time, and I couldn't hear anything she was saying anymore, because there in this open space was Stonehenge. Like, it's our Stonehenge. It's a granite Stonehenge. There's a big, huge stone sign of welcome when you first arrive, and you walk down in. There was this trail. It just looked like a tractor trail through the field to this absolutely amazing structure. So not only is it in Stansted, right here in the Eastern Townships, and there's an energy to it. It's made of local rock. So there we've got these standing stones that all have a significance. Each one has a purpose for being there. There's even a stone that's placed north, at geographic north. She explained to me that it's there. It was placed there with the North Star and not magnetic north to signify how explorers would have originally traveled. So seeing this, the picture of it from that day, like before I ever walked down in, is in your press kits. There's a photograph of Bill and Kim walking down into it, and it was like I felt like I was going through a portal of some kind. So in doing so and seeing these places, the next thing we did was Bill brought me down to see Checkpoint Charlie, which is it was a Bank of Montreal, I believe, and it's now converted into this little pub that's got so much charm. Well, seeing all of this within such a small radius just set my imagination on fire. And it has just so happened that at the end of January, the 22nd to the 21st to the 23rd, I'll be hosting my next group of Discovery Days participants. Discovery Days weekends are through Make Way for Youth. It's the perfect opportunity for young people to come and visit this area. Literally from the time they leave their homes, whether it's, say they're in Montreal, they walk out the door, their transportation from that moment, their accommodations, which are always beautiful, their food, the networking activities, the workshops, and the tourism that's involved in one of these weekends are all free until right to the time they get back to their own door. So what an amazing opportunity for young people to come down and see our area. Well, when I saw all of this with Bill, I thought we have to integrate all of this into that weekend somehow. The other thing we had spoken about was we were required to do a fundraiser for Make Way for Youth, and it just seemed like things began to gel and come together. So I want to share that experience with as many ticket holders as I can possibly fit into our evening, and also this young group of people who will be coming down to visit the area that weekend. So without further ado, January 22nd will be one night on the 45th parallel, which is where we will be. It just seemed like the right. It's powerful. There is something, an energy in this that I think all of you will recognize when you buy tickets and come. So what will be in store for you that evening is pretty something. There will be a meal at La Vieille where you will have an opportunity to meet the young people who are down for this weekend, and also other dynamic people who are here in the Eastern Townships. Followed by a tour of the Border Theatre, so you'll actually be able to see what I saw, still in mid-construction. It'll be hopefully ready in the summer, this amazing venue. After that, and now I think some brave souls will go no matter what the weather is like that evening, but we'll trudge up around the corner and actually go and see the Stone Circle, which should be pretty something on a winter night. So we'll have to make sure that everybody dresses for that too. But, and then, if that was not enough, we'll be heading down to Checkpoint Charlie, the little pub, for a concert. The opening act will be Juggling Embers, a local band. Sitting in the corner over here is Vincent Cholin and Alex Mesquita. Vincent plays guitar and sings with Juggling Embers. Alex plays keyboards. And Vincent actually is also a local entrepreneur. He has the company Arbovie. He is a tree surgeon. So if you need, now there's been a lot of wind and stuff going on lately, and he's been a bit of a cowboy out there helping people get that worked out. But also come summer, if you want to arrange your property in a way that's best for your trees, then he's the guy to see. So yeah, sings and repairs trees. Amazing. Alex is a brand new resident of Sherbrooke who has, who didn't just come from outside of the region or the country or the
hemisphere.
Yeah, the hemisphere. He's just moved here from Brazil, and this was a 2-year project, a dream of his to come and live here, and there's no way we're letting him down. We've made him a part of the Eastern Townships family, and he seems to be having fun in spite of the fact that it is extremely cold outside now.
That's fine.
So he and his brother have moved here, and there's a younger brother, I think, who has possibly some pipe dreams of coming to live here as well. Alex is also a very gifted keyboard player and is part of Juggling Embers as well. So Juggling Embers will be opening, and Jake and the Leprechauns, which is an indie band out of Sherbrooke, they're quite the indie darlings of the Canadian music scene, and we are so fortunate that they'll be playing for us that evening. As many of them are originally from this area, they've agreed to play for free, which is just a remarkable gift to us at Make Way for Youth. So the launch of ticket sales is today. We'll have about 50. Which isn't many, so that means they're going to be a hot commodity, and you do not want to miss this event. So make sure to contact me. I'll be responsible for all the ticket sales, and if you have any more questions or need more information, please don't hesitate to ask. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and thanks to Damon as well from Instead Cinema, who has set up shop in the Stansted area and is a young filmmaker. So I noticed that our computers all went to sleep, but we'll wake them up again. We've got them set up with the websites of the young entrepreneurs present, and also Accro des Régions, which is the website that I use to post jobs and events and connect with young people everywhere to come in and visit and enjoy our weekends. So.